How are you doing tonight?
I made a card.
I like that card. Oh, that's really pretty.
It's also metallic.
Yeah, I can't see the metallic as much. It's a bummer because I'm
Yeah,
looking for
in
the
person
kinks.
it's much different, but someone needed a thank you card, so I made one.
That sounds awesome to me.
Anyhow, today is the 4th, right?
Yep. May the fourth be with you always.
And just remember the revenge of the 5th.
Yep, that's smart.
Weird on how that worked out. Leave that in there. So, how'd the rest of your day go?
Oh, it went fine. It went fine. I went to the doctor, and the doctor kind of said the predictable things.
Oh, bend over and cough?
No, if your joints hurt, I can give you medication for that all along, but you know what the best thing is for it?
Losing weight?
Yep. It's like, really?
I
That's
just
really
want
the
to.
only answer that's the best answer. And I'm like,
Every single freaking time that I hear a doctor doing that, male or female, of my friends, I just want to punch the doctor.
well, he's not wrong. I mean, it's what he's saying. You're carrying around a whole bunch of extra weight on your back and on your knees, and it's
Yeah,
the way it goes.
I understand what you're saying. I understand the logic behind it. I really do. But I have known many people who have lost the weight and still had everything and had way more complications because the doctor wouldn't do something right away
Sure.
because of weight.
I mean, just because, some people are the exception doesn't mean that you can pretty much guess that. I mean, we weren't built for this. We really weren't built for this.
No, we weren't built to have the extra weight. We weren't built to. We weren't really built to live the way we were living. We're living now.
Hey, Kat.
Hey, Cat.
Yeah, it's. I'm actually not offended. I just don't know how to solve it.
Well,
It's not like he's offended me. No, I'm pretty sure he's spot on. He's right. Best way to make my joint pain go away is to not be hauling around an extra 100 pounds worth of weight.
yeah. No,
He's not wrong.
I think I'm also just irritated because the last gastroenterologist that I went to basically tried to blame my eating habits for my issues that I was having,
Sure.
and I was there to get basically talk to them about having an endoscopy. And I was told that they wouldn't really be able to do it if I didn't change my eating habits. And at the time, I was eating nothing but plants. She just royally pissed me off.
My sister gets pretty mad too.
And some health issues actually cause weight issues too. So, like, I have friends who have PCOS and they have severe weight issues with theirs.
Sure. And that was the thing he said, because we part of this is that we have to triage our stupid insurance, and I'm still mad about this because our insurance company will it costs $300 a month to insure me, and then it costs $80 a month to insure my kid, but they won't do it as a group. If you pair them together, it's $800 to insure both of us. So we have to triage. And the triage means that in the end, We're gonna have to figure out what to do about this. My wife has a plan because she's very smart. But the fact that I have to rely on somebody to have a plan because the insurance company legitimately did the no, you choose. Which one do you want more, you know? If you want both of them, we'll happily take almost a house payment a month. You know.
Well, it's kind of like I recently tried to get with my doctor and get on a medication that I've already been on, but they approved the generic form of it.
Yep.
But the side effects were affecting my life to the point of it was no longer beneficial for me to have this in my life.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we were trying to do the name brand version of the medication. And they've denied it because they said that the side effects aren't a valid reason for me to change my medication.
Hey there, Can. We are grumping about doctors.
My
I'm sure
favorite
you have
subject.
absolutely nothing to add to this discussion. Yeah, I just went to the doctor today, and he essentially, I wasn't offended, but his essential statement was, if you want to be out of pain, lose the weight. That was his essential statements.
Okay.
He said you're a man over 50 and you're overweight. He's like, your joints just aren't taking it as much as they used to when you were a younger person. And I'm like, he's not wrong. I'm just gonna have to figure this out. But what he also said, which I thought was kind of cool, was he said, stay with your therapist because what she's doing for you will pay dividends. Because his statement was, she will help you figure out why you eat 50 Twinkies when you're grumpy and mad. Whereas I can just throw pills at you. And I thought that was at least not just the old adage of, oh, yeah, I can already tell by you walking in the door that your problems are all because of your weight, which is an ongoing.
Sort of true, but not.
I'm right there with Dan. Right there with Dan. You know what your doctor's saying, though.
And that's the thing is, like, we were making some serious progress the last time I went and saw my therapist, which was great. First time since I've been seeing her that I actually left going, I didn't like that session. You know what I mean? I wasn't happy with it because she was drudging up stuff that, was like, let's talk a little bit about the fact that, you didn't get your college degree and you still had to pay for all of that and everything, and you still didn't get the things that they promised you in society. And you even jumped through all the hoops like you were supposed to. And instead, they just said, yeah, we're not going to give you that college degree. And now you don't have it. And you still have to jump through the hoops, more hoops. And I was like, yeah. And she's like, so you let yourself feel bad about that? And I'm like, it's pointless to be mad about it. And she's like, no, it's not pointless to be mad about it. It's pointless to continue to be mad about it forever, but it's good to feel it now. I'm like, So I wasn't happy when I left. And she made me feel grumpy about all of those things. I'm like, but she's right. part of the reason that I'm angry is that, it's already hard enough for me to figure out what people want me to do. That's already difficult. But you compound it with all of this. Oh, you did do all of the right things that we told you to do. Because, see, I didn't want to go back to college. I was convinced by people that if I didn't go back to college, I'd never make more than $30,000 a year. So I was told that I could accept that I was going to only make 30 grand a year for the rest of my life or go back to college. And so part of the reason I'm angry is I didn't want to go back to college. I was fine. I just was poor, And so, yeah, became a thing. She made me angry and grumpy. I was unhappy. But yeah, I think that's at the core of a lot of my eating problems, sadly. Like, screw you and your systems. You never worked anyway. I did everything you told me to do.
My eating problems stem from the fact that I was neglected as a child and I didn't have enough food in my house.
Yeah, that's been Dad's constant concern. He was like, we didn't starve you. Why do you act like you're starved all the time? I don't know, Dad. I don't know. And the reality, I think, has a lot to do with the fact that I feel wronged. Society has wronged me. Which is why we were talking earlier today when we were talking to Elle when they were on. And we're like, getting into the animation industry is virtually impossible. And I'm like, it's good we probably shouldn't though crush their hopes.
Well, I don't think we crushed their hopes.
No,
we did give them a healthy dose of,
reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Same thing, right, Kat? You were told you needed college. So I got college, and when I got out of college, I got paid $35,000 a year. So $5,000 a year more for my college degree. But they wanted $500 a month for that degree, right? Well, I wasn't making enough more to pay for that. And, granted, I went to Japan, and that was a lot of fun, and that was a choice. But then when I came back, I was like, I've got a college degree, everybody. And they're like, okay, 35 grand. And I'm like, but I was told, And
where's all the money that I was supposed to get?
They told me I had to get a degree so that I could get a better wage. And they're like, well, that's up to your employer, not that's not a given in society. And I'm like, now wait a minute. You guys made me go back to college, and now you're saying, we didn't mean it that way. Then everything goes to hell with me going and trying to become an actual teacher and getting an actual license, finding out that I can't because I don't have an actual degree. And now it's, now the culture is changing to, boy, you're an idiot for having paid for college. And I'm like, now come on. That's what they were telling me I had to do.
Yeah, you aren't an idiot for paying.
No, you're not.
No,
I mean,
and I don't.
That's the lie that we bought into. Was if we went to college, we'll get this magical thing called a degree, and that'll solve all your problems, and you won't have to live down by the river.
Right.
And now billionaires have gotten involved, and the capitalistic society that we have has gotten involved, and now everybody lives down by the river.
Right. The only people who don't live down by the river are the rich guys.
Well,
Nice.
and even if they're children, the rich guy's children live down by the river. You know that they have some type of tiny home underneath that troll bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's and by the way, I don't feel like I am bad or anything like that. I'm doing what she told me, which is sort of feel it, experience this, because I think she was saying you've been repressing it, and
Yeah.
I've been mad about it, but I've been kind of like, isn't that sad? Not really like really. Hey, this isn't fair,
Mm-hmm.
and I do feel like it's not fair. I feel like I came back, I did all the stupid stuff that they wanted me to do, and I didn't want to do it in the first place. And I did it anyway. And then it was, well, it's your fault for being stupid enough to think that that was going to solve your problems. And it's like, really? I just want to come home at night from my job and have a cat, kids, and tiny spaceships and watch Star Trek. I don't really need that much, I have zero designs for taking over the world. I have zero, you know what I mean? It's like, none of this is really that kind of problem. And so I'm like, I don't really want to be super rich or anything. I just would like to not be struggling all the time. And that's the thing.
Yeah, Kat, they did that to me as well. Like, I went to a school. They sat us down, and they were like, "Nope, you need to do this in order to get into college." And so I did what I needed to do. My high school required me to apply to 3 colleges minimum.
Which
3.
that's a requirement. Like
They required me to do.
That's not just, oh, you can choose to go to college. That's a requirement. It's an expectation.
Yeah, but the thing is if you actually how should I put this? If you talk to anyone from my class, it was not done in a manner which was nice. It was like literally done in a manner of, no, you are going to have to do this or we will not give you a diploma.
Right.
And so for some kids, it worked out great. I had people in my class that showed receipts that they mailed out applications and everything to the people checking. But in reality, once the teachers' backs were turned, some of those people were like, "I'm not going to college at all. I don't know why I did that."
Right.
Like, because some of them just wanted to, like one person that I went to school with, his family ran boats. There was no reason for him to really go to college.
Sure.
It's not like he can't go to a trade school to learn the mechanic side of things, but he grew up around boats. Why would he want to go to college to learn about something he already knows?
Exactly. There's no reason. Well, and that's part of it. And I get frustrated because so many people do the, we're not going to help. We shouldn't help students. They should have figured that out thing. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe we should have. However, we were told to, and then they're like, well, they shouldn't have done that. And I'm like, okay, but they did. You know what I mean? They did ram us into school, and they did put us into college. And I'm not saying that college was bad. I actually rather enjoyed it. It's why I'm with you guys right now, is because if I hadn't gone to college, wouldn't have met Becker. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, part of this is that there's a whole lot of, it makes total, there are chain reactions down the road from these things, and that's cool, but still,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It frustrates me a lot. Anyway, the long and the short of it is, I was just glad that was cool of my doctor to actually acknowledge that, hey Patsy, you walked into a great discussion. It was cool of my doctor to acknowledge that the dividends paid by going to my psychiatrist were as valuable as anything he could do for me. So that was just the TLDR was, that was cool of him. We are slightly ranting about college a little bit. I have gone to the doctor today, and the doctor was like, your best bet is to lose weight. If you really want to, deal with the best way to deal with this pain that you've got, the best thing you could do is lose weight. It's kind of like, I know that nobody wants to hear that, and I get it, but it's true. You're over 50, your joints aren't what they used to be, and they're hauling around a lot more weight than they're designed for. I can throw pills at it, but in the end, all I'm doing is just delaying the inevitable. And he was saying, that's what I was saying, is he was saying that I'll get a lot more benefit out of my psychiatrist because she will make it so that we can figure out why I eat a zillion Twinkies every time I'm annoyed.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, that will pay better dividends than anything I could ever do for you. Bringing Patsy up to speed. And it's been a while since we've seen Patsy, so re-hi. I noticed that the kids these days don't re-hi. You know what I mean? Like, missing early day internet jargon, man. When I was a kid and stuff. Yeah. What we were saying was, the aggravating thing is that we were told that that's what we had to do. And that's what's so aggravating about it.
Mm-hmm.
We were told we had to have a degree. And Pepper was saying, not only did they tell him he had to have a degree, it was a school assignment that he could fail if he did not actually apply to colleges.
Yeah.
Right? Right. And, and earlier when Elle was asking us about, getting into the field and things like that, I'm like, I don't want to crush your hopes or anything, but I mean, I feel happier right now, and I'm just doing my comic. Is it making any money? No. And will it make money? Well, maybe someday. I might be able to bamboozle a couple of bucks out of this story, but that's not what I'm here for.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here because a muse has told me I must tell this story. So, and I must do it this way, by the way, guys. I have to do star charts. I'm compelled. Star charts. But what about the star charts? I feel that this is the time when Can's like, step away from the star charts. Nobody gets hurt.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes, you did. I was watching. You were like on number 7 when I last saw.
Kat, if you'll excuse me a moment, I have to drive down to Denver real quick and strangle someone.
Step
So
away from the star charts. We have missed George. George did the thing earlier, but it was earlier. Speaking of traditions of the show. What are you? Where are you? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Number 14. I thought you were at 7. Oh, maybe you were at 14. 14 would be a multiple of 7, so it's entirely plausible that I'm just having issues because, aliens or whatever. Either way, we're proud of you. Good job. You did well. You've done well. We're like the plucky, the little plucky engineers that are in Porco Rosso who are like sitting there going, yeah, go, 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 as the plane's taking off. And they're all like, yeah. That's us. We're the plucky engineers. We're your Porco Rosso plucky engineers.
So I know that you guys were talking about the star charts and everything.
Uh-huh.
So I sat down and realized I hadn't really worked on this one thing that I was kind of supposed to work on. It involves planets.
Uh-huh.
So I'm not doing star charts though.
You're just saying, so that you don't get killed by Can. Wait, that rhymed.
Exactly.
if you'll excuse me, Pepper, I have to go down to Denver before he infects the others.
He's already started to infect us.
Yeah.
You're next. You're next.
Now,
You're
now all of a
next.
sudden, right? That's fair. Suddenly have developed a cough. Not the time for me to develop a cough. A lot of places to be this weekend.
So, do you have a table for this weekend?
I'm sitting with Pepper. I don't know.
Yes. He's sitting with me.
Theory. I don't know what that means. I have no earthly idea what that means. This is one of those where everything was just kind of weird. Like I heard from Todd and then Pepper, and then it was like Todd and Pepper then sort of planned the thing. I don't know. It was just so weird.
I didn't. Okay, so here's what's going on this weekend, just to kind of help understand. Todd had someone reach out who owns a comic book shop. The shop is within a floral shop. So it's like comics and flowers are in the same place.
Because that's reasonable.
Yeah. They've never done a free comic book day event where they've had people come into the store. And so they reached out to Todd to get people to come to the event. And I think they're also, if I read the email correctly from Todd, there's supposed to be someone there. Let me see here real quick. I can pull it up. There's supposed to be like a special guest that's also going to be there.
The question is, are we handing out free comic books? Is that our job?
No, okay, so have you ever done a free comic book day?
No, but I've been to them. There's always somebody who's doing the free comic, sitting there at the table going, only take one.
All right. So, Honor Vincent is also going to be another person that's there. So when you are a comic book artist with your own comic for a free comic book day, you're there to promote your comic and they have to buy it all.
Okay.
You have the preference that you are not there to give your comic away. Now, if you have something to give away, though, that's a different story. You can give that away.
Yeah, but nobody expects us to give away our comic books. That makes sense.
Yeah. But people can't just come up and be like, oh, I'm going to take this because, and it's like, nope, doesn't work like that. So you will have a lot of people that are like, is this free? You'll probably get a lot of questions like that.
Sure.
But you'll just say, no, you're here to sell this, and you'll show them, and they'll go about their day. And if they buy it, they buy it. If they don't, they don't.
Yeah.
It's usually not a bad thing to do. It's usually very fun, so.
Yeah, I've had a lot of fun with them in the past.
Yeah, Patsy, that's basically what I'm going to end up doing, is I'm going to probably be doing little tiny sketches, and I only have my anthologies left right now, so that's the only thing I have to sell as far as comics go, and I have some smaller comics that I can also do. But I'm sharing a table, so my space is going to be a little bit limited. I was requesting to bring my Oracle cards because the floral shop side may, their clientele may actually enjoy getting those from me, so that's why I'm bringing some of them. But I'm not gonna bring what I brought to Wicked West, is what I'm saying.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like,
yeah. So it's a new location. I've never done anything with this shop, and I've heard, and I basically agreed to it because not only did I hear from Todd about it, but I heard from another person earlier, right before Todd contacted me. saying that talking about the place. So there you go.
Okay. I mean, I just was curious. I have no idea what my expectations are. I mean,
Go out and have fun.
there you go. You're like, this is easy. Just go have fun.
I forgot. I was supposed to do an art challenge this month, and I haven't done today's. The today's movie monster is the Invisible Man.
Still think that's cheating.
Why? He's not wrapped and bandaged like the mummy.
I'm having fun with you there. I guess I should have done the, hey, Pepper, I'll race you. Look, I'm done. It's the Invisible Man. There. That would have been
So
fun.
bad. So bad.
That would have been that's what I probably should have done. I didn't. And that's funnier.
I just find it funny that there's a Japanese version of the Invisible Man.
Yeah, but he probably just spends all of his time trying to sneak into saunas and bathhouses.
Most likely. I will not deny that.
Yeah.
Kane, are you going somewhere for Free Comic Book Day?
I have nowhere to go. I want to, but by the time that we really found out about it, it was already on top of us.
It was already on top of what?
Guy and I.
What about? What did I do?
Free Comic Book Day. Like, the whole reason why you reached out to Todd was it was that emergency. We just remembered Free Comic Book Day. And everything was pretty much filled by that point.
Well, I didn't know that you wanted to go too to the same location, man.
I mean, I can. I'm up in this area, so. But I don't know of any other comic book shops up here.
Legitimately, I might be turning it over to you anyway. No, don't do that. Because I'm coughing. So, I'm like, I don't know if I want to be out and about if I'm going to start coughing.
Are you sick?
I don't know. I just started coughing tonight.
Allergy season started.
Yeah, I don't feel bad. So I'm kind of like, it could just be allergies. We'll see. We'll see if this progresses or not. But I didn't actually, oddly, I didn't reach out to Todd. Todd tagged me, and then I didn't get back to him in time, so he clearly tagged Pepper.
Yeah, I was not Todd's first choice.
And unfortunately, Todd doesn't know who the hell I am.
No, I think that, I hate to say this because I love Todd to the end of the earth, but he's random about what he's thinking of at the moment. So it's not always it's just like all the other ADD things. It's, he's like, I need a person here. We'll talk to Ken, because that's who I was just talking about a minute ago. I need a person here. We'll talk to Pepper, because that's who I was just talking about just a minute ago. And you're like, okay, but there's no rhyme or reason to this. So I don't think it's anything personal at all.
No, but there's also, he doesn't really know me either.
It's probably true. I probably have an advantage because I, as Dad said, make friends with trees. So everybody knows me because I talk to everybody. Hi, Don. Good night. Good night, Patsy. See you later.
Good night.
Good night, Patsy.
Anyway, I guess the TLDR is I wouldn't be too upset with Todd on this one. It seems like
I'm not
random.
upset with him. Like, I think you kind of took that.
I'm not upset with him either. And I knew Kane didn't sound like he was upset with him.
Wow, I'm
No,
kind of speaking somewhat rhetorically.
You're doing what?
I'm speaking somewhat rhetorically. I'm using upset as it's a turn of phrase. I wouldn't be upset with X, meaning I think he didn't, whatever was the story, it probably has a logical explanation, sort of thing. As opposed to, literally being, I wouldn't be upset with him because of whatever, Why did you go the wrong color? Don't go the wrong color.
Well, like I said, he probably has no idea who the hell I am, and that's fine. That's actually okay.
He knows who you are.
Yeah, he knows who you are.
He knows who you are because you were near me, and you were sitting with Guy, and he knows Guy.
Also true.
Yeah.
May the 4th be with you too, Donald. Always.
And honestly, I think he just went down a list of people people that he knew he was friends with on Facebook, and
He
like
did seem
the guy
very.
said, I think he just like literally just went down a list of people that he knew would probably not have already had plans.
Yeah.
We feel like we're defending you, Can, even though you don't seem to be really needing defense. We are apparently jumping to your defense anyway. So there's that. Clearly, that's apparently a thing for us.
This is like awful dramatic music right now.
I think I'm playing off the dramatic music for talking about the subject matter that we've been doing. If anything should happen, Can, between tomorrow and Saturday, I'll let you know, and if I can't make it, and then you'll just be appearing with Guy.
Yeah, like I said, who knows? I've been coughing and hacking, so.
Honestly, Guy, I think it's just allergies. Everyone's.
I think it is too, but just in case.
Do you have body aches?
Nope. Nor fever. Nor chills.
Then I think you're fine.
I think I'm fine too.
Will you become pregnant?
I might be pregnant. That could plausible. That's plausible.
Congrats to Maya.
Yeah, I mean anything's plausible.
I mean, I'll just say it's her revenge. She had to carry one child.
She had to carry one. I get to carry the other.
Yep.
Yeah, we're tabling this weekend up in Fort Collins. That's what we're discussing.
Yeah.
Nope. You put it on the wrong side. The trousers, they've gone wrong, Gromit.
So I saw a YouTube video about oh god, it was Harry. I have to find this. It was a take on Harry Potter. Harry Potter, like a weightlifter or something like that. The boy who lifted.
You're talking about MASH, Muscles of Magic?
No, this is Harry Potter, the boy who lifted.
Oh.
And someone took AI art and took the actors who played all the different characters in the Harry Potter movies and gave them these like ultra like ripped bodies, ultra sculpted, and then use some program to move their faces around. It's hilarious and very scary.
That is kind of terrifying, actually.
The Invisible Man, folks.
Oh, you don't have the center. Try it again.
He's invisible. How are you supposed to see it?
See, that was my joke.
I know. The eyes weren't shaded in enough.
There we go. Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Alfie. If you're back, we'll be here.
I actually looked into the story of the Invisible Man because I know it's an H.G. Wells story.
Yep.
So I just wanted to see if it was just as messed up as H.G. Wells stuff normally is. Didn't disappoint.
No.
He's actually much worse of a human being inside the book than he is in the movie.
Yep. It's because of the belief that if we don't have somebody threatening to hurt us at any given point in time, we will do the wrong thing, which is scientifically proven to be not true.
Yeah. Oh no, he still is a bad guy. I think in the remake with that they did not that long ago, he's always been a bad guy.
Yeah, but I mean, the point of it has always been that, I mean, the moral of the story is, if you are an invisible person, you will do the wrong thing because nobody can stop you.
Yes.
That's the moral. It's the same moral as they use to justify children of the corn, or not children of the corn. Come on, the island with the kids.
Oh, Lord of the Flies.
Lord of the Flies. Thank you. It's the same principle, which is, left alone, we will, if nobody's there to watch us, we'll just kill everybody, and then we'll just maim everybody, and we're horrible creatures. Which every scientific fact says that that's not even remotely true.
Yeah.
Every time they test that, they end up with that not being the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you don't have a good story.
Yeah, but it's
you have to have drama somewhere,
right. That's interesting because Kat and I were just talking about drama before, and requiring drama in order to make the thing work. Right.
Yeah.
That's why in all of those disaster style movies, like Apollo 13 and all that, there's always some guy that's the jerk.
Yeah.
And then who's based on a real guy, and everybody's like, whoa, no, he wasn't a jerk.
It's actually funny you bring that up, because that's actually one of Lovell's things, right? He was like, yeah, the movie was pretty accurate, except that, of course, we didn't fight.
Yeah.
He's like, we just did our jobs. All that yelling and screaming at each other, that's not something we did, but, the rest of it's pretty accurate. I think that's funny.
They also had to, it was the same thing in Sully, where it's like, no, there was no one that was, like, at that FAA meeting. There was no one there that was against us. And it was the director who came out and said, "Look, I have to have drama somewhere. I have to make this entertaining for the audiences."
Right. Yeah, but in practice, that's not what happens to people. And so it's funny how that. But I think Kat and I were kind of exploring this a little bit the other night, and I feel like one of our statements is you really don't need that. You can build an entire story without drama.
Yeah, that's the Japanese stories we were talking about the other night, where it's just a series of events that happen.
Mm-hmm.
But my point about that was, you still have drama.
Right.
Yes, it's a series of events, but you still have drama. That drama takes on a different form, and that's okay. But it's not, oh, this person's acting like this. It's, this happened, so here's how the characters react.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I think that's what we were talking about, was it's a definition discussion, as to whether you count that as a thing. Is it a thing that do you have, because I mean the argument really isn't that there's drama. The argument is that they made Jack Swigert out to being this rookie who didn't know what he was doing, when in reality Jack Swigert knew exactly what he was doing and was doing just fine. But they wanted to, inject a little bit of drama, so Swigert all of a sudden becomes this rookie and, doesn't know what he's doing a little bit, and so they're questioning whether he stirred the tanks or not, you know what I mean, and that kind of thing. Hey, Neon. And of course, that's the whole thing, is later on, that's what. And my thing is, yeah, you can have drama, but it doesn't have to be, I'm going to turn one of my characters into an absolute jerk just so I can have drama, I feel that's a misnomer.
I don't know.
The
original H.G. Wells book that The Invisible Man is based off of, he was already a person that did random acts of violence and was getting away with it.
Oh, sure, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I just want to point out, this guy was not mentally sound, and he was basically not a good person. So the only type of drama that was from his story most likely occurred in his childhood.
No, in that instance,
could probably have cured him of his ailments to a degree.
In that instance, all I'm saying is that Wells did the moral of the story is that if you let a bad person have a superpower, they're going to be horrible, because people are horrible if you don't watch them.
Well, I mean, everything about H.G. Wells was, you need to watch people.
Yep.
It's a common theme in his writing. You must have had some very strange trust issues. Just saying.
What was that?
That would be my pencil sharpener?
Oh, okay. Sounded kind of like a child for a minute there, and I was like, I have a kid. Is that my child?
Well, last time I checked, your child doesn't make a really strange noise like that, so...
I don't know. He's been to Advantix a few times. I've heard some strange noises.
Yeah, I was going to say, that kid is into strange noises. He's a very strange noise child. But there's nothing wrong with that. He's just...
No, I just know that I'm teaching my children, the moment that they hear strange noises and they have, things roaming outside with those strange noises, I know well enough to know. Do not go outside and do not go near those things.
That's fine.
We
No,
are
no,
not in a horror flick. You will
you're
not
right.
survive.
I've watched a lot of horror movies. You won't live. Don't do it. Don't do it.
And then they'll be like, but it's a wolf and it looks like he's wearing dentures. And I'll just call up Raph and Christina at that point and be like, can you please explain why this kid cannot go outside?
Help.
Or you step outside and go, Raph, take those off.
Stop messing with my kid.
I don't think he would mess with my kid like that. At least not unless I was telling him to do it.
You have an awful lot of faith in Raph.
Has he ever gone after your kid?
I'm aware of. But it also, there's, my kid's older now, and so I feel like my kid is now of the age of which Raph could mess with him, knowing that it wouldn't cause lifelong damage, you know. Because as much as Raph might enjoy these things, he would not actually do it to actually harm. You know,
Yeah.
He'd want to know that it was relatively safe. Because Raph likes to play but doesn't like to hurt. So
Yeah, exactly.
drinking something I thought was, yeah. Goodness knows what George wants to do with his life. I don't know. That cat.
Did he start an OnlyPause for you?
Right, he needs to start his only pause. Yeah, the kiddo is smart enough to outthink problems. So he is at the ripe age to be messed with right now. Because he's quick. Dang it. Aww. Tried to make a clean model. No matter which way it goes, I always end up with something that's a mess. Oh, there it is. It's actually kind of funny because I've had a sort of a popping sensation going on in my jaw. And so I brought it up to the doctor. I'm like, I'm at the doctor. I'm going to bring up these things. And he's like, you had any allergy problems? No. Okay, well, let's take a look. And he looks in there and everything looks fine. And so he's like, I wouldn't worry about it. But it's funny. He was like, have you had any allergies recently? And I'm like, no, I've been fine. So naturally now I'm like suffering from allergies.
You also went to a doctor's office.
Also went to a doctor's office. I mean, there's no worse hive of scum and villainy as doctor's office. It could happen. Not opposed. Not opposed. So Neon showed up in here. How you doing, Neon? And seen. She just said hi, and that's all we got out of her so far, which is fine.
She did say she'd be right back.
Oh, did she go away?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. Here she is. She's still here. No, it's Alfie. Alfie's coming home from school, so they've got kind of a little bit of a, make sure all of their homework's done and stuff like that. Making a grocery list. Yeah, I've been down that road a lot. Okay, so either one of you have this like moment where you're like distressed, not distressed. I almost want to say distraught, but it's not really. When you realize that you will be making like grocery lists for the rest of your life, sort of things, like all these weird little things that aren't as strange as, but for some reason, it's like super anxiety producing that you'll be doing this forever and ever and ever. You're like, oh. You ever have those moments, or am I the only one that does that?
I think you're the only one that does that.
Okay. Every so often, I'm just like, man, I'm going to be doing this for the rest of my life. Sort of things. Right? I will always have to pay rent. I will always have to pay electricity. Right? You know what? Yeah, exactly. See? Neon's on my side. I'm just saying.
I will be completely realistic. I panic a lot. And I have anxiety a lot. Hence why I don't really leave my house.
A lot? Yeah.
A lot.
I'm with you.
It's not like I'm agoraphobic. I do leave my house. I don't have a problem leaving my house. It's just people. They're unpredictable. I don't know how to take them.
Yeah. I think that's... A lot of us have that problem. Like, we spend a lot of time trying to figure out how to mask properly. And then all of a sudden you screw it up or whatever. And then they're like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done messing with this. You guys all freak me out and I don't know how to respond properly. And
well, I mean, it's kind of like family settings. Like, for years, I've been doing like certain things over and over, and my family's like. So finally, on one family vacation, my mom's like, "Could you like just stop analyzing your sisters, please? It'll make this trip so much better if you do that." And I was like, "But that's not how I understand what they're about to do. I never turn that off." That's not what I'm doing, Mother.
Mother. Oh, wait. Sorry.
That's alright. You can say it like that. She is my mom.
It's like a modified your mom joke. Your mother.
My mother. I think me and my sisters got her a pretty good gift this year.
legitimately, if I can get away with a good your mom joke, you know I will.
Yeah, I have a long-standing thing that if your mom has passed away or I have not met your mother, I cannot make a your mom joke.
That's fair. Although my mom has, because of my desire to do your mom jokes, my mom is fair game, despite the fact that she has passed on. I just say that that's the statement there, and I'm okay with it because I actually love your mom jokes. Mostly because I find it hilarious that some people take that seriously. Like, I can't even imagine it. Like, if you never met my mom, there's literally no way you can insult me by saying she is X, Y, or Z. You know what I mean? Like, you've never met her. How would you know? So I'm always humored by that. I'm like, eh. Yeah, my mom passed away in '02. And I have a pretty cool stepmom too. I mean, there's my stepmom's pretty neat as well. But yeah, it's still one of those things. But I was 29 years old when my mom passed. So I was already out of childhood and everything like that. My only real major regret is that she never got to meet her grandson. That kind of sucks. But you know, it's all good.
Mm.
All right. Now we have to go over here and just find where you stuck this. There. Oh, okay. There you go. I know, right? That's one of the reasons why I your mom only my friends, because really if I were really trying to insult people, that's probably not the one I would use. You know? So I only your mom my buddies because it's a stupid insult to begin with. It's lazy, it's stupid, and I so it's just funny to me. And so, I'll sit there and like, your mom. And then it's like, well, your face, which is even dumber. But I do have a couple of buddies who, have requested to not be your mom. And I am more than willing to observe that. Because the point is to have fun. It's not to actually hurt people.
Well, I have friends who basically who have agreements with one another that if they meet your mother, they can't do a your mom joke.
Yeah, that's fair.
So,
because if you haven't met her, then it's totally disarmed. Like, I've never met your mom, Pepper, but I have met your mom, Ken. And
Yes.
your mom is a real human being in my brain because like I met her and I've talked to her and she's a lovely, lovely person. And okay, that's cool. That makes sense.
Yes.
Although that doesn't necessarily hold true. Troy's mom was one of the sweetest people on the planet. She always did karaoke parties with us and stuff like that. And she even took care of the kids for a while. And Troy's mom we still your mom each other. But Troy also knew my mom, so there's that. I don't know. Guess there's just not a logic to it.
Hey, I like good mom jokes too. You know, like your mama's so gassy, she spooked the horses when she farts.
Yep. Don't ever do that. Donald's talking about don't diss a mom because there comes a day. And there does. Comes a day. All right, all 4 engines. Are in. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's why I said I can't imagine. I mean, I would always use the your mom jokes as light-hearted banter. You never really want to use it as serious stuff for multiple reasons, not the least of which is exactly what you're talking about, which is don't mess with that.
Well, and I can't remember which style of joke that was, but there's always one in which people like say at nauseum, and I can't remember which one it was, but I hate it
Yeah.
because it was used way too much on me. Like every statement, people would throw that, and I just began to hate it.
Yeah.
It wasn't the your mama jokes, it was another thing. I can't remember what it was off the top of my head.
With us, though, I mean, it's in our group.
No, it wasn't in our group.
I know.
It was in my RPG group. They like way overused this particular phrase. I can't remember what it is.
It's probably better that way.
Yeah.
You don't remember the thing that annoyed you. That's actually not a bad thing. But yeah, like I was saying, in our group specifically, it's always like it's like a race to make the weirdest your mom joke. You know what I mean? Like we never do the your mom's so fat X, Y, or Z, because that is kind of insulting. It's always your mom, I'm having a problem with this light switch. Your mom's having a problem with a light switch. You know what I mean? Like, as in like we intentionally kind of make it kind of nonsensical because it's funnier that way, and it disarms it. Because I agree with Donald, you don't want to really do anything. The plate of everything that's like gray, weirdly gray, intakes, exhaust manifolds, engine pods, like everything that's weirdly gray. Yeah. Right. Right. We were so poor, our town's local school bus was a skateboard. A skateboard, I think is what you're trying to say. Skateboard. Okay. What's still down here to mess with? Assuming some of this is you. I don't know where you. Oh. Well. It's all right. I got you. Got you, bro. Although a state board is actually almost as funny. No, stop doing it. Much harder than it needed to be. Where are you? What are you clicking through? So weird. You shouldn't. Why are you grabbing this? What does this mean? Yeah. Yep, as a Trekkie boy, all I needed to do was just be involved in somebody's discussion about anything, and then I was going to get beat up. Because they were like, oh, let's pick on the Trekkie. Well, you're a mess, aren't you? I can't believe you did it right. Kind of shocked. Not gonna lie. Yeah. School's a whole different animal.
I'm going to say goodnight, really.
Do what?
I'm gonna go ahead and leave.
Are you falling asleep? I'll
Yeah.
see you laters.
Yeah. See ya. Bye.
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 Now see, that's wrong.
What's wrong?
Cylinder projection. So, hello, Alfie. The problem I have with the cylinder projection of Blender is it does this weird thing. Right? I mean, something is a cylinder. It should be pretty easy to unwrap. You just take it and flatten it out. But for some reason, Blender, I mean, like, it did it right here. This one's correct. But then it did this, where it has unwrapped the cylinder from the pole. So it looks like you stepped on it instead of unwrapping it. And Blender really has a hard time with that. And I'm like, this shouldn't be this complicated. You know? It's like, this shouldn't be this hard. I don't know why it's always this hard for Blender to figure stuff out, but it is. It's just so difficult for it to... And there's no fixing it either, and I don't know... Luckily, this is inside the wheel pod, and nobody sees it unless somebody pulls this wheel off. How are we doing, Alfie? How was school today? I guess that's just what we're going to get.
Your face. That was it.
Oh, your face, yeah.
Where
art and history are both awesome. You're right. Math is nuts. Alfie, you and I, we totally understand each other.
you know, where you say something or it's like, you know, this looks like this. It's like, well, your face looks like that.
Yeah.
And I actually got really sick of it because the other group, my D&D group, like, people in there were trying to genuinely be funny with it, but it was so often that they were using it that
it was no longer funny.
It was like, come on, guys, stop.
Right.
This is just getting annoying now.
Good night, Donald. Ooh. Those are legit.
Yeah, that's it, Donald.
Your birds are trying to run away? There we go. Get the last that. Really? Well, this is the your face thing is my kiddo's current absolute favorite thing to say. So I will go on ahead and say, please be gentle with him. Please don't kill him off.
And I get it. To some people, it's really funny, but after a while, it's just stops being funny.
Everything stops being funny after a certain amount of time. I believe. You know, all jokes, they have a lifespan.
Yeah.
All right. We just need these two pieces and then doing some more, just a couple of little fixes and we should be good. Those of you who are wondering what I am doing, I am doing what we call UV mapping. And that's where we take bits of, we tell the computer what part of this model Must be what color? No, not you. Yep. And I think that's true of every friendship to some degree. Everybody makes fun of their buddies, and it's sort of a way of showing that you're in a safe space with your friend.
Yeah. Like, those kind of things I'm fine with. It's just when it starts going out of control.
Yep.
That's like,
So remember whenever I said this thing did it right? I spoke way too soon. I don't think that it's a bad thing to mess with your friends a little bit. I mess with you guys a lot from time to time.
yeah. No, and a little bit of messing is fine.
Yeah, that's never a problem. Kind of like the gentle ribbing that I get for star charts. If I really need to make a star chart, you'll let me.
Yeah.
But we have to go through all the joking of, now we have to kill Guy off because he's going to make star charts. You know, that's just part of who we are as friends. All right. And I actually rather like it. It's a pleasant thing. Yeah, exactly. That's what we were talking about. We were talking about the your mom jokes and your face jokes and things like that. And it's the same thing. We probably shouldn't do that, but we do. Yeah. Same kind of thing. And that's what we were talking about, is because, like, my mom passed away in 2002, and your mom jokes are still funny in a way, even though we're effectively talking about my mother who is gone. Okay, we're gonna flip this. Is what I'm gonna do. So it's not here. I feel like you belong there. Oh, good. You've chosen wisely.
5 minutes remain.
It's all good. We know you still love us. It's fine. Now we're kind of at that silent racing to get as much done before the show ends moment, which I've noticed you and I both do, where you just kind of buckle down to see if we can't finish that one thing before the night ends. And we have to call it. Looks like Moana, huh? That's cool. I like Moana. It's a good movie. And what would happen if I just... You know what this is. What is this? Where is this? Inside here. Okay, so what are we looking at? I feel like we're inside the vehicle trying to ascertain what this piece is. It's under the floorboard, and I'm like, really? What? A random piece under the floorboard? All right. Not seeing it though. There's nothing under here. See you later. Goodbye, Alfie. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, Alfie.
Huh. Oh, we won't see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. We'll see you Sunday, Alfie. Yeah. You can stay. No, we don't broadcast on Friday night. So it's our Thursday night tonight, and it's your Friday afternoon. But we don't broadcast on Friday nights. So you won't see us tomorrow. But we will be on tomorrow morning, which will be tomorrow or tonight for you. But we may be on way too late. I still don't know what this piece is. It's a big circle. I'm like, I don't even know what this big circle's about. I feel like it must be. What is it? Like it thinks it's the center of this. I don't know. They're really messing with my world. Like, where is this object? I'm not seeing it. It's not showing up. It's so strange.
But it's there.
But it's there, taunting me. Taunting me. Well, we've passed the midnight hour, folks. I don't think that did any damage to the model. That's just weird. The model seems okay. I don't know what the problem is. I just deleted it. I was like, okay, I don't know what you are, but I'm deleting you, It's like this one. Where are you?
Yes. Yeah, we'll be streaming again in about 8 hours. 9 hours from now.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We will be streaming again. Well, but you're on the other side of the planet, so things get a little confusing. There's not much we can do about that.
We do a morning stream for, which is your night. We do a morning stream for you. And then a night stream for us.
Right. So that's exactly right. So right now it is midnight for us, and is 4:00 for you. 4:00 in the afternoon, right? So we'll be streaming again at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, 9 hours from now, which should put it at just about midnight for you. Which is kind of a bummer.
Well, don't do anything that'll get you in trouble.
Yeah, don't get in trouble because of us. That won't help. It doesn't help any if we get you busted. Your mom just doesn't like us at that point. Sometimes parents are pretty good at sussing stuff out. I think that pulled everything out of that front piece there. Hope so. I gotta go to bed. So do you.
I'm literally sketching out a chessboard right now.
I know. I've been watching you do that for... Yep, it's time for us to both go to bed. I've been putting a lot of hours into this guy here. It's worth it, but I need to go to bed. So we'll save you. And we still have all of the little accoutrements. Just need to decide whether I'm going to trim in black or not. I think that's what I'm going to do around all of these windows. Yes, we'll be streaming twice today for you. For us, it'll be streaming once tomorrow, but for you, it'll be twice. That's a piece. Why did you make all these little teeny pieces? What is your problem?
Well, it's like this. Why am I making an accurate chessboard? Why am I doing this? Why do I hate myself like
Right?
this?
I'm sitting there going, why do you hate yourself so much? Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Nose? Nose. Nose. These are all nose pieces.
So, did I tell you my Stephen King moment earlier today?
You had a Stephen King moment?
I had a total
My Stephen King theory?
Huh?
A la my Stephen King theory?
What is your Stephen King theory?
About Stephen King needs to listen to his editors?
No. This is real life becoming very, very spooky for a moment. So, we had a chicken die today. Now, we've been trying to...
I'm sorry to hear that. His chicken's cool.
We've been trying to get her on the mend and fix her for about a month now. And, really sad. So I'm outside digging a little grave for her. And that's when a thunderstorm goes through.
Right.
And I'm sitting here, I'm digging this grave while thunder is going. I'm like, I have fallen into a Stephen King story at this point.
It's true. All right. I'm going to keep fussing with this forever if we don't disconnect. I'm just saying. I will fuss with this until the cows come home.
Let's head.
So, okay, I'm going to end. I'm going to cut back to this. Alfie, have a great day. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you later. And for everybody else who's been on here with us, thank you so much. And we appreciate you being here, and we will see you later. And as always, Alfie got hit for spamming symbols. Don't worry about it. The auto thingy is a little aggressive sometimes.
Nightbot tends to be aggressive. Don't worry about him.
Don't worry about it. It wasn't you. Nightbot's a little aggressive. Alfie, Kat, it was good to have you here. We'll see you all tomorrow. And no, don't worry about it. You're fine. But as always, keep your eyes on the stars. Good night.
Bye.